Peace, beloved, peace, family, glorious rising, rich rising, grand rising, peace to the gods, peace to the gods and earths. Welcome back, and thank you for coming back to your Kemetic yoga instructional flow. Once again, my name is Ness. If you're joining us at the top of your day, grand rising, rich rising, I hope your day's off to a beautiful start. I hope this peace and bliss that's cascading over your essence today at this moment in this experience carries you throughout the entirety of the day. And if you're joining us at the end of your day, I hope your day was filled with bliss, peace, understanding, respect, loyalty, commitment. Once again, thank you for coming back to your practice. Thank you for showing up as and for your best self. This space of love, this self-nurturing that you have devoted your time to experience is a journey of self-expression and self-love. Today's focus will be on our solar plexus, or better known as our ab or ob in the Kemetic spirituality teaching. This center, this energy center, refers to our ability to create, our ability to feel energized from our creations and or creativity ability. So today, all you'll need today is a mat. You might need a rag, you might get a little sweaty today. But other than that, you just need some space, your mat. I have some blocks as I'm sitting on right now, but this is really just to keep my hips up. We may need blocks for the first couple seconds of our flow, but other than that, we probably won't be needing them. But it's always good to have them close by. So whatever keeps your boat afloat, keep on going, keep trying. Find your space, find your peace, and meet me back on your mat. Peace of the gods and earth, Ankh, Oodja, Seneb. Namaste. Thank you. So we're going to begin in our Malasana squat. You can choose to stack 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, how many ever blocks you want to help with the hips. Just going to stay here for a little bit, just warming up our hips. Just getting comfy in this grounding posture. Our ab or ob, our solar plexus, refers to our creativity, ability to tap into our sensuality, our sexuality, and our self-expression. And a lot of the times, these spaces can be coiled up and tightened up because of our lack of expression, or just a lack of really tapping into this area. So beginning in our root with this Malasana squat, which speaks to the root chakra in the Indian Hindi philosophy, but in the Kemetic spirituality, it's Sekhme. And this Malasana squat really helps with the uncoiling of our kundalini and our creative energy and everything else in between. So from here, plant your fingertips on the ground in front of you and just slowly start to pick your hips up by straightening out your knees, and your knees are going to press behind you. And this is going to help with the hamstrings while also getting more into those hips area. Maybe move your hips from side to side, staying on your fingertips. We're just going to go back down one more time in our Malasana squat, spreading the knees out wide, pulling your knees apart, but also using the outer edges of our toes and our pinky to keep us lifted. And we're sinking, but at the same time, there's an activity happening here. There's an engagement happening here. Maybe move from side to side. And if you're not as low as you ideally would like to be, don't worry. Over time, your bum will to sink lower and lower and lower. From here, drop your left hand behind you, drop your right hand behind you, and just let your bum naturally, gradually, gently fall down to the ground. From here, I would want you to roll down to your back. I'm just going to rotate just a tad. Roll down to your back. Remove your block out of the way if it was in your way. Maybe grab onto the backs of your knees and grab onto them. And the grab that you're having is going to be offsetting to your chest, dropping further and further. Your spine curling down all the way down, so your lower back connects with the earth first, and then the backs of your heart, your chest, and last but not least, your shoulders. So from here, let's bring our knees into our chest. giving us a nice tight squeeze. Inhaling here. Exhale, look in between your feet or your thighs. Just hold this compression here. The centering point before we get active. Release the soles of your feet back down to the ground. Release the bind behind your knees and just spread your hands out long behind you. See what space that you have that you're working with right now. From here now, what I want you to do, bring the big toes to touch. From here, you're gonna bring your knees to align on top of your chest and bring your triceps to connect, marry, touch with your knees. So your knees are connected with your triceps, and your triceps are pressing against your knees and vice versa against your knees, and you're pointing your toes towards the top of your mat. I want you to pick your chest up, pick your shoulders up, almost round yourself, and punch the palms towards the sky above us, straightening out our triceps, connecting our triceps to our knees and our knees to our tricep. We're gonna hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that connection, keep pulling it in. 4, keep squeezing. 3, keep that engagement. 2, 1. Release the palms back down, the wrists back down to the earth. Keep the feet where they are, stacked on top of your chest, pulling into your hip flexors. Keep those toes pointed. Let's do that one more time. Bringing your triceps to connect with your knees with your tris. Point your toes, and you're gonna squeeze and hold. Try to pull your knees back evenly. One hip is not pulling more than the other or less. Both even, both in a line. Arms reaching up at the same capacity, pressing through the same capacity. Shoulders are lifted. 1, release the soles of the foot down, release the backs of the wrists down to the earth as well. Slow body opener here, front body opener. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just to ensure that your lower back is connected with the ground, maybe take your left hand or your right hand, depends which way you're facing, and try to slide your left palm underneath your lower back. And if it does have space to maneuver underneath, that's fine. But when you get that left hand or right hand underneath that lower back, work on engaging through the abdominal muscles to press your spine and your back on top of that left hand or right hand. And once you feel that compression, remove that hand underneath from the back and keep that connection of your lower back that travels up throughout your spine and through your shoulders. This connection of the back towards the earth is going to help with our compression of our abdominal muscles. Let's go this again. Extend the arms out longer above your head. Bring those palms to face towards Mother New. Bring your knees towards your triceps towards your knees. Great work on this engagement. We're going to do some crow crunches. So we're going to extend out long. We're not dropping the soles of the feet completely down to the ground. You can if you want, but keep the tension happening and just crunch it back in to your triceps. Triceps leave the knees, knees leave the triceps, arms go out long, toes can maybe gradually touch the ground, but not let them connect. Don't let them drop. Keep them raised. This is 3. Looking between your palms. Keep the compression. Last one, we're gonna hold. 5, 4, squeeze it in more. 3, lift even higher. 2, 1, let your arms drop, let your soles of your feet stay exactly where they are. Keep the compression in your hips. Draw your lower back to the ground at the same time. Pull your knees even closer towards your collarbones. Bring them as close as you can. Feel the compression happening in your hips. Today's flow is not only just the core, but it's working on that compressionary aspect to help with the elongating of the body and or body parts from the compression. So we compress, but the opposite of that is releasing and extending out long. Let's bring the knees and elbows, knees and triceps or elbows to connect once again. And go through our crunches for another round of 10. Here we go. This one's gonna be a little bit faster. Maybe you're getting higher onto your triceps. Maybe you're reaching further back with your arms. Keep spreading through the palms, like you're gripping the floor, as if you really are into crow. Last one, and we hold. Three, two, one. Release the soles of the feet and release the backs of the wrists down to the ground. Bend your elbows into 90 degrees or cow to lift the chest slightly off the ground. Slide your bottom hand underneath your lower back just to check once again. If it's there, no worries. Move it, remove it. Great work. Inhale deeply. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, extend the arms out long. Exhale, release. Let your arms get heavy. Bend your knees back into the chest. Let them stack onto the hip flexors. Bring the triceps to meet. This time we're going to extend out long through the right leg first. Open up the palm. Keep the right toe active. Whoa. And we're going to crunch the right knee to meet the right elbow for our crow crunches. This is 2. You can keep the arm exactly where they are, or you can move on that fluidity and extension of the arms as well. 9. Last one. 10, and we hold. And we release left side. Working through our abdominal muscles. Not so much our hip flexors, even though they're so connected and intertwined with each other. We're really trying to isolate each aspect. Squeeze and hold. Release the backs of your wrists down. Keep your knees elevated. And if you want to hold on to your knees with your hands and bring them to your chest, more than welcome. If you want to hold on to the backs of your knees, more than welcome to as well. If you want to hang on to your toes, go right ahead. You got this for one more round. If you want to include a block any way here, shape or form, by all means. Maybe if you want, grab your block. We're going to go left side first. So bring your triceps to meet with your knees. If you have your block in hand, great work. If you don't worry, it's not needed. You do the same round we just did. But if you want to include a block, just hold it into your hand, whichever which way you want. Extend to the left leg and bring that block in alignment with your chest and heart space. Working our abdominal muscles and our compression of the hip flexors. So when we open these hip flexors out nearing the end, they're gonna feel so relieving, so energizing, creating so much space. Last one. The connectivity, right side, between our hip flexors and our core are so important. Our core has a direct connection with our hip flexors, so tapping into our lower abdominal muscles is going to strengthen our hip flexors, but also work and help with the lengthening and contraction. Last one. Might have been extra there, sorry. Reaching out with that block, reaching forward, reaching up. Hold it, you can do it, you're doing so good, so good, so good. Extension, drop the block over to the side, out of the way, great work. Allow your hands to meet at 90 degrees. Bring your knees into your chest, family, and give yourself a nice supine twist, dropping your knees over to the left side. I want you to look towards your right. You can extend that right arm if you want, or just keep it bent at 90 degrees. Pressing off the left forearm. Ooh. I don't know why, but every time I'm in supine, I always end up yawning. Maybe just woken up out of my sleep and I enter the supine twist and I just yawn. Inhale, knees back into the chest. Swing your knees over to the right and drop your eyesight towards the left. You can work on like shutting the left arm or just relax it and have it bent. You might have some gas release here from this abdominal work and off now entering this twisting action of our belly. This is perfectly fine. Whatever it releases is tension that no longer suits or needs to be part of your existence. Bring your knees back into center. Great work, family. From here, I want you to grab onto your knees and just roll up to your bum. However which way. If you want to use your hands to get up to your bum, do so. From here, we're going to go do some low to high boat. Just ensuring you have enough space wherever you are suited. Drop back down. Bring your knees into your chest. Come to your bum. Bring the soles to the feet to connect with the ground. And we're going to go from here. You're going to bring your toes to touch the ground. One, leaning back. Or have your feet shins align with your forearms. Coming into this little shape here. Then work on the extension, dropping down, picking back up. Dropping down, picking back up. If you lose your balance, don't worry. Picking back up. You can incorporate your hands here on the outside to keep you balanced. 9, 10. Soles of the feet connect with the ground. Perfect. Plant your hands behind you. We're going to go to a reverse tabletop. You can have your hands pointing towards the backs of your mat, toes pointing forward. Press through your palms, thrust through your heels and your toe knuckles to lift through the waist and the chest. And release back down. Last round. Second last round of these crunches. Sorry, family. For 1, 2, 3. Keep your knees together if you can. 4, 5, and the big toe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great work. Plant your soles of your feet. Plant your left. Plant the right. Grip the earth with both hands, right? And we're pressing through the knuckles of our toes, flattening out our front body. Lift through the hips. It's really driving through the legs to help us lift, and we release back down. Last round of our low to high boat. You begin with the soles on your feet. Maybe this time you want to bring your feet up higher, straightening them out if you want to. Other than that, where we were before, that's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Great work. Plant the soles of your feet. Drop the left. Drop the right. And we lift for our last reverse table of the top. Protecting our neck. Not dropping it completely. Keeping it level with our body. Drop your hips down. Great work. Cross your feet. Jump over your shins, whichever way you want. Meet us back into our tabletop for a tabletop of the day. Untuck toes. We'll go through a few rounds of father get and mother new, better known, or known, also known as through cat and cow. Dropping the belly, lifting the chest, lifting through the heart space, and we round our shoulders inward, making a little cave. We open the cave, father get, and we round mother new. Exhale. Last one. Drop and release. Lift. Exhale, round. From here, tuck your left and right toes underneath and just sit back. You can walk your hands towards your knees and work on the compression of each toes and working on the sole of the foot, opening up and stretching out the sole of the foot. Maybe remove your hands completely off the ground, stacking your hands on top of your thighs, or maybe you just keep them where they were. It's perfectly fine. Walk your hands back underneath, stack your shoulders underneath, on top of your hands. Sorry. Keep your toes tucked. Untuck your toes this time. And just tap them out gently. And when you feel right, you're gonna tuck your toes back underneath. We're gonna lift our knees off the ground ever so slightly, coming into this levitated tabletop, and try to go through your Father Get and Mother New here. Feel the difference with a little bit of a raised knee off the ground. Work on the contraction and the extension. Let your hips get heavy here. Maybe push back onto those hips to feel a little compression happening once again. Maybe you linger out in any which way you want to really iron out those creases. We got one more here. Drop your knees. Great work. Keep your toes tucked. Walk your hands back towards your kneecaps. Once again, you can have your hands stacked on their fingertips here, or just sit completely back with an elevated chest and heart space. Great. Walk your hands back down towards the earth, keeping your toes tucked. Ensure that you have space and that your alignment feels lit. Tuck your left and right toe. Lift your knees off the ground. Now you're in a plank pose. From our plank pose, we're going to drop back down to our forearm, our right forearm, and our left forearm. And family, I guess you know what's coming already. So from here, what we're going to do is drop both edges of our feet towards our right. Toes are pointing left. You can either have your left hand here in front of you to help you support it, or even bring your left sole of your foot down to meet the earth. Whichever which way you want to enter your side plank, enter it. Lifting up through our ribs, through the inner alignment on our right side, driving through our left hip. Exhale, rotate your left forearm back down to the ground. Enter your center plank. Rotate back to the left side, pointing your toes to the right, lifting through the right arm, lifting through the inner edge of our left side body. Maybe you're noticing a little difference on each side. Maybe this side, you don't need to drop your right fingertips or your right sole of your foot. Whatever you did on the other side, do it on this side. Drop your right forearm down to the ground. Great work. From here, drop your knees. Keep your toes tucked though, family. Walk your hands back down towards the back of your edge of your mat like we were doing prior to. This time, we're actually gonna just come completely off of our hands. Have our hands on our waist. Lift yourself up off of the soles of your feet. Reach up high. Press your hips forward. Feel the engagement happening through your hip flexors. We've been working up so much so far. Drop your hands down to the ground. We're going to enter our pyramid pose from here. Dropping our hands down, keeping our toes tucked. Lift the knees like we were just doing that elevated all fours position. Slide to your pyramid, dropping your soles of their feet down if possible. Staying here for 5 breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale. There goes my hat. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. hamstrings, pressing through our palms. Lift the heels, drop to your knees in 5, 4, 3, 2, and we drop in 1, drop. Rest in your tabletop for a second while I grab my hair elastic. Perfect. Now family, from here, we're gonna do step back with our right leg, step back with our left leg, and look at that, we're in our plank once again. Drop the left forearm, drop the right forearm. This time, let's go to our left side first. Twisting over to our left, and once again, family, feel free to engage with the right fingertips on the ground here, or the right shoulder foot on the ground. Drawing your lower belly in, your lower abdominals, you're doing great, doing amazing. Look at your right palm if you can, and if you feel a little wobbly there, don't worry. Drop your right forearm down in 3, 2, exhale, 1. Inhale, roll over. Exhale, release through the left arm, lifting through the inner edge of our right side body. Stacking our left hand, our left shoulder on the right shoulder pressing through this earth that's grounding us. So good. Drop the left forearm down towards the ground. Now from here, we're going to go to our pyramid a little differently. You can drop your knees if you want. If you want a little challenge, stack the right palm on the floor. Stack the left palm on the floor. Walk your feet in a little bit. Bend your knees. Let them gracefully hover over the ground. From there, slide your hips up. Drop your belly down. Maybe walk in on your left. Maybe you need to walk in with your right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, lift your heels. Drop your knees in 5, 4, 3 to your knees, and 2 into your knees. 1, release. Keep the toes tucked. Slide yourself to stack on top of the soles of your feet. Now you can have your toes tucked or untucked here. I just really want to work on. I was walking a lot yesterday, so my feet are definitely a little tighter, so I'm trying to just, release some tension, open up a little bit. Great. Come to that stacking position on top of your shins. Inhale deeply, raise your palms above your crown, look at the base of your palms. Exhale, let your palms connect with thigh gap underneath. Keep the toes tucked because we're going to slide into our beautiful structured, or not structured, pyramid pose. Maybe you're pedaling out a little bit. We're going to enter our raw salutations here. We're going to look forward, step forward with your right, and then your left. Maybe you need to take a few steps. Take as many steps as you want, as many as you know is needed. From here, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. So raw salutation, big toes can connect or be slightly separated. Heels are separated just ever so slightly. Roll yourself up to a standing. Last thing's in a roll up is your chin. Hands above your crown. Roll the chin up gradually as your hands connect above. Exhale. Hands at your heart space. Gradually. It took a while for me to say it. Don't worry. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Hands at your sides. Mountain. Inhale. We rise. Exhale. We close and we fall. Inhale. Halfway lift. Nice and long, extended back. Exhale, fold, lift your heels, step, jump, hop, take your push up. You can take your push up on your knees if that's more accessible. Wide jet. This must feel really good on the front of our hip flexors from all that work right now. Exhale, we round into our pyramid. Feel the difference in these pyramids than the last two we just took. Maybe feel a bit longer. Maybe then engagement is a little bit more profound. Lift the heels, look forward, jump, step, hop, walk, teleport yourself to the top. Maybe take a little hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise up. Hands connect above our crown, and then we look at the base of our palms. Exhale, hands at our heart space. Inhale deeply. Exhale, cascade your hands by your side. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way to your up dog or your wide jet. Hold that inhale. Exhale. Pyramid. This last round of our raw salutations will be performed through raw salutation B. Lift your heels, look forward, bend your knees, make your way to the top. Slightly separate your feet, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg first, extend to the right leg, crunch for 1, crunch for 2, 3, maybe you want to get funky, remove the right hand, 4, stay balanced on the left, 5, extend to the right leg, lift, straighten out through the left leg, drop the right toes in 3, drop the right toes in 2, 1, we drop, we release those right toes down, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes this time, lean forward just to open up the front of our right hip and the outside of our right glute, come into a 90 degrees for your low lunge, reaching up nice and tall, nice and high. You want to lift the lower belly off the left thigh, pull in through your abdominals. Exhale, halfway splits, half splits. Bend back into the left knee, tuck the right toes. Lean forward so much that your right knee naturally pulls up. Maybe you want to engage through your fingertips here. Drive the right heel up behind you to the space that you cannot see, but know and trust and have faith that it is there. Bring the knee into your chest. Step it down. Step it down. Great work. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. We fold. Extend the left leg long. Crunch for 5. Crunch for 4. 3. 2. See where you can engage more. 1. See where you can allow for more freedom. 3, 2, 1. Drop the left toes. Untuck the left toes. Drop left knee and tuck the left toes. Drive your hips forward to release. Stack yourselves into a 90 degree. Raise up. Maybe look at the base of your palms. You can use your pinkies here as a steering wheel, as a notion to lift you up by drawing your pinkies towards Mother New, so your thumbs are almost dropping outside. Half splits, any variation that suits you best. Drop into that right knee, tuck the left toes, press to the left heel so it lifts that left knee up, drive that left foot up. Step it down. Slide the left toes, the right toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend long through your back, through your neck. So we fold. Slowly, gradually roll yourself up. Maybe bend your knees so much that your stomach and chest, thigh connect, and you roll. Moving as if you're moving in a body of water. Roll your shoulders behind you on the back side. Lift your arms. Keep your chin and chest connected and gradually start to look up as your hands connect above your crown. Exhale. Hands at your side. Perfect. From here, go a few more rounds of our vinyasa, ending our practice. Just watch your space. From here, big toes are connecting and your hand above our crown, and we fold all the way down towards the ground. We're gonna build a little bit more heat, family. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Step with your left, step with the right. Wow, so good. And where are we again? In our plank. We love it. Drop the left forearm, drop the right forearm. Swing over to your right side, dropping your heels over to the right. Now where are we again? Side plank, pressing through our forearm, lifting through our left hand. From here, you can absolutely have the left leg planted down to keep you stable. Or if you want to challenge yourself, bend that left knee to the socket. From here, try to rotate that left foot towards the top of the mat as best as you can. Press to the left palm, press to the right palm. Drop that right knee down and tuck the right toes. And now we're in our low lunge with our hands inside of our left leg. Just took a little funky way to get out there. Plant the right palm, press the left hand into the left knee. Just open up that left knee just a tad. Maybe look past that left shoulder. Maybe look so much that you can see the right sole of the foot. See if it's planted flat. Exhale, drop the left hand down, close the left knee. Tuck the right toes. Walk yourselves up back to a low lunge with hands above your crown. Once again, we're falling in between, inside of our left palm, our left sole of the foot, sorry. Driving our hips forward, pulling back on the left hip, pulling forward with the right. Creating this new space, this awareness, and this trust. Drop our hands to the inside of our left leg, family. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Just sway back and forth, creating more space, more room for the avenue of growth to expand. Drop the left toes back in alignment with the right leg or the right toes. Coming to your plank pose, drop down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wajjet, upward facing dog. Exhale, pyramid posture. Inhale, go to your plank pose once again. Drop down to your left forearm, roll to the left side. Once again, you can bring that right foot in alignment to your middle line, or use the strength in your left to keep drawing that right knee into your socket. I'm gonna stay for 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. This step might be a little difficult. I know it is for me. And we drop. Right hand plant, left hand plant. You can drop the left knee down. Untuck the left toes. And allow the left knee to press into the ground to lengthen through the left hip, and then press through the right palm and the right knee to gradually open up that body to the side. Now you could have done that, we could have done that step with our right and our left leg on our palm, which would have gave us more space. So we'll try it for this round. Good, close that right knee. Come into your low lunge. Hands are gonna fall back inside of our right sole foot. Reaching nice and high. Flatten out that lower back by drawing in the lower belly. Exhale. Let your hands meet to the inside of the right foot. Tuck the left, lift the left knee, and you can rock back and forth if you would like. Slide back into your plank. Feet are in a line. Drop all the way down. Take your Oodja.
pyramid posture. You can take a rest here or just rest in your pyramid pose. Roll to your plank posture. From here, roll to your left side again, stacking your right on top of your left foot. Lifting the right arm, bring that right knee in towards your chest, or have it as a way of contact in a 3-point plank. Swing that right foot to the top of your mat. Great job. Now from here, as you can see, we're gonna frame our right foot. Just rock back and forth. Maybe tent your hands. Grab some blocks if you want. We're gonna come to a high lunge briefly. Raising our hands above. Lifting through our lower belly. Pulling our biceps in alignment with our ears. Get heavy in the hips. Pull your shin back on the right side. Drive your left hip forward. Exhale, let your hands cascade by the sides. Frame your right foot. Maybe walk in with the left. Spin the left heel down. Straighten out that right leg. Lift the left heel, spin it forward. Toes pointing forward. Bend your right knee again. Look where your left foot is. Slide your right leg into a 3-legged dog. Roll to your plank. 3-legged plank. Drop down, wide jet. Pyramid pose. Use this pyramid as a transition point. Slide to your plank on the right palm. Drop over. You can bring that left knee to your chest. Keep it up. Step it forward. Great work. You can rock back and forth if you ever so like to. Go into your high lunge. Raising nice and high. Pull your spine back. Align your biceps and ears. Breathe deeply, sink your hips low to stay strong. Push through the back right toe. Try through the left toe. Drop your hands down. Straighten out the left leg. Spin the right heel down. Pulling the left hip back to meet with the right hip. Right hip pulling cord to meet the left. Lift the right heel, drop into the left knee, plant your left and your right palm. Slide yourself to a 3-legged pyramid pose. Slide to a 3-legged plank or jet. Pyramid posture. Looking towards your feet or your navel. Bring the right knee into your chest. Step it to the outside of your left palm. Just try to straighten that right leg as best as you can. Maybe come to the tops of your tippy toes on the left foot. Pull back on the right hip. This tall variation of pigeon pose. Blocks would be amazing here if you have them nearby. Tops of your fingertips are good too though. Drop that right shin down parallel to the front of your mat. Keep that right foot active. Now let's stay upright here, but the only difference we're going to do today, guys, rotate towards the right, towards that right knee. Look at that left leg, see if it's planted flat, or as flat as it can be. Flat, straight, long. It's all about perspective and what your narrative has for you today. So your long on this Tuesday might be a different length and long on next Tuesday. Just from your ability to practice, to stick with it, to create a zone of peace, bliss, and serenity. Come back to center. Now we drop forward as low as we can possibly go. Not overdoing it, just finding our limits, honoring them, and staying within them. You see how your breath can maybe get heavier, longer, to help you sink down even further. Deeper. But still keeping that alignment. Stack your left hand on your next exhale. Release. Inhale, left hand stacks. Tuck the left toes, slide the right palm underneath. Go into a quick pyramid just to switch over to the other side. Stay upright here. Untuck the right toes. Align your left with the left. Align your left shin with the top of the mat. Give yourself a nice twist. Oh, this side for me is definitely a little different than the other side. So I'm not gonna go as deep in my twist. Just focus on the engagement on my left hip. See where you can maybe go deeper through the breath and then create space with the release of the breath. Slide forward, drop your left forearm, and then your right. Ensure that you're active through the left toe. Engagement through the left toe, you'll feel your left glute really turn on, really help the rotation of our left thigh. Great work. Now from here, just drop over to your left side. Completely drop over. Bend the right knee, swing it over if you can. If you want to grab it onto your right ankle, go right ahead, family. I'm going to face you, beautiful people. Bring our soles of our feet together. We're gonna start closed to end out open. We're gonna come to a little bit of a butterfly. So for our butterfly, what's important, family, is that not only we bringing our feet towards our groin, but that we're using the outer edges of our feet to actually pull and open up this book. The books being our knees and our thighs. And a way to do that is to drive your knuckles in towards each other and then press your toes out away from each other. And this will help with the outer engagement of your feet. From here, I want us to do 5 perineum flexions and releases. So that's pulling the muscle between your sacred space and where your bum starts, where your rectum will start. And that muscle there is where our prostate lies in men, and a lot where the power is generated from our life force or Sekhme. So what I like to do is I like to tent my hands or interlace my hands and just have them placed around my feet, just having somewhere comfortable to grab onto. And if you don't want to press your toes out toward outside of each other, bring them in towards each other. So every inhale, we're going to inhale, draw in from our root, and release through our nose. When you release, try to have your belly button draw in towards the spine. Inhale, release. Inhale, with it lifting up through our perineum, through our pelvic floor, or doing Kegels. And release. 3 more. Squeeze and engagement. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe we squeeze and hold this one a little bit. Exhale. last one. Inhale. You could fall forward if you want here on your exhale, or stay upright. Exhale. If you're falling forward, ensure your elbows aren't going wide and they're drawing in towards your groin and towards your belly button. Exhale, release. Cross your feet. You can make your way on to your back for Shavasana. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for sharing. May you have a beautiful, beautiful, peaceful, loving, joyful day. Peace to the gods and the earth. Ankh, Oodja, Seneb. Namaste.